Tamworth, Ontario, site of the first North American Gaeltacht. Through the immense efforts of many, notably Sheila Scott and her husband Arnold, the Irish language and traditions thrive in Eastern Ontario. The first Oireachtas was even held last summer on site, bringing together natives of Ireland as well as Canadians interested in embracing their heritage. Sheila invited me up to show me around. I quite generously offered my help to the group to close up shop before the winter. Having watched the Irish TV station TG Cahir once, I asked Sheila to throw a little Irish my way, pretty confident that I'd get by.
This is where most of the activity would take place. We would have huge big dining tents, 2 big dining tents, and then all the people who come typically camp. And so it's like a little tent village. Campfire, songs, stories, tunes, just a whole package. But the songs typically are in Irish and the stories are typically in Irish. Or at the stage then you'd have people talking about different aspects of the culture, Shano singing and then giving us some examples or some steps. And the people do feel that if they're here, they're encouraged to use as much Irish as they have. And because the meals get served in Irish, instructions are always given in Irish first and then summarized in English when we're moving from activity to activity. Okay, so tog na píosaí aimmuid seo, go siad an seir an talamh agus cur iad sa card seo. All right? Tapig. Just
Slow down.
Right, so an píosaí aimmuid seo, tóg iad tá ceann eile ar talamh, tóg iad go léir agus ar carnan seo. All right? When we were looking for this property, we must have seen about 7 or 8 different places, and set up what we thought would be initial Gaeltachts in 2 different places until we decided to buy. But when we were coming here, and it has the river here that we had, we have 400 meters of frontage. It was called the Salmon River. I thought that was Providence because of the legend of Finn McCool and the salmon of knowledge. And so I just said, that's perfect because it was sort of meant for us. It's so quiet, it's so peaceful. It's even when we're not running an event up here, Harold and I have come up just to put the canoe in the river here and just paddle for an afternoon. It's quite pleasant.
I carried her up myself.
Really?
No. Cut that all up myself too.
Really?
No.
Sarah, we can really use your help here. I mean, it would be nice
Really.
if you wouldn't mind helping a little bit. But I understand. We just want to make sure that the Irish culture gets strong and promoted in this country because we're 2nd generation here. Some of us are 3rd generation.
I'm 1st generation.
You are. Jack's 1st generation. But for me, I'm like 3rd generation. So the only thing I can do in Irish is swear and not well. No, I'm just kidding. That's why it's important.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, it gives us all a reason to bond, right?
Yeah.
I came to Canada in the 60s and I moved to Kingston about 3 years ago after both my children were gone from home and married. One is here in Kingston. And when I moved here, I hadn't spoken Irish since I left school. And somebody mentioned to me about the Cayley, first started the Cayley dancing, and then somebody mentioned about the Irish language. So I started back at the Irish language and it's all coming back to me. I've been at it for 3 years now. And that's my story. Sinead. It seems like it was a Cade Mila Blian O'Hin that I first spoke Irish, and now it's all coming back.
Sarah? I think they need your help with something over here.
I'm eating my lunch.
Oh.
I have a great-great-grandmother who was Irish and a Regan, and that's my only claim to fame. But I was always interested in Irish music, and then Irish dance, and then Harp of Tara, and then Gaeltacht, and I'm the treasurer. That's all I do. And I come up to eat.
I just got involved in the dancing, but my great-grandfather was also from Ireland. I I'm going there this summer for the first time. I'm looking forward to that. Wonderful. Yeah.
So last week we'd been nominated for Tourism Product of the Year for Lennox and Addington County. And a week ago Thursday, we were absolutely stunned to discover that we actually won. And in many ways it's wonderful because it really shows that the community is behind us and the Gaeltacht project. We haven't been here very long, but this is certainly an indication that we picked the right place to set up the Gaeltacht and that we have the support of the county and the local people. So we're thrilled.
Watching everyone work really tired me out, as did my long walk through the woods, moving 2 picnic tables and a few heavy branches. Proud of the great work that was happening by all the Gaeltacht group, I decided to call it a day.
Sarah, Cowell to Dal, Talon Ruddy Liena Fos. Sarah!